Is there no sound? Can anyone else hear sound? What the fuck is going on with this intro? Yes, and we have the 1000th show thing, and please work. Please fucking work. No, it's decided it's not working. Okay, people, very sorry. There's a words first. The intro decided it would not work. Yeah, big celebration for the 1000th, and it has fucked up. Oh, right. Anyway, good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Please do this applicable because the internet is worldwide and time zones are indeed a thing. Working MacBookers with StreamYard or maybe possibly something different. But yeah, weird. Couple things coming on. First thing is right, back to 900. Yes, fucking deserve it. Right, somebody give me an audio check in the chat and let me know. Can you hear the madness that I'm bumbling forth? I think that's working. And next thing is, I'm going to have a couple of guests coming on, at least two anyway. Right. Martin, free speech enjoyer, is telling me that's coming through crystal clear, and Emma has on sub. Yes, why not? Right. Okay. Now we've got that sorted. What I do want to say, right, I've got a couple of guests coming on. We're going to get them on very shortly. But before we do that, we do have a serious matter to attend to. A good friend of the show and a good man, John Davison, has passed. This is a sad day for all of us. Also, a day that we knew was coming. A good question would be, one of the things is, would you rather he was still suffering or not? And I would rather he wasn't suffering. I said pretty much everything I've got to say about the man last week. He was a good man. He was an honest man. Whatever he told you, you knew that it was his deeply held belief, and you can't get much better than that. What I'm going to do, as is my tradition, to mark the passing of someone, I've got a little tune I'm going to play. This is, I believe, the correct tune to play for a Scotsman from this Ulster man. Little bit of East Belfast Protestant Boys and Highland Salute for our Highland Warrior. And I'm going to play that, and that's pretty much all I'm saying about it. Right, that was my tribute to John. The only other thing I'm going to say about all of that is the man set up his own wake prior the video for you can blather on your own. What he's going to be saying to each and every one of us is there's a creator going, there's a content creator going. People need to step up, fill that hole, keep doing his work for him. If you want to remember John, step forward, be honest, be yourself, and have your say. And with that, no, I'm not. I'm going to end up saying more about John because everyone's going to have something to say. And with that, I'm going to bring in my guests because I've got three of them backstage. And I promise you, guests, you got good ones. Come to the stage, Mr. Al Mac, Mr. Dave Waffle, and Mr. Pack. What about you, lads?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, Dave's in with a song, as always.
1,000, eh? 1,000.
Congratulations on that, mate. That's unbelievable. I remember when you had like about 200, I was driving home from gigs and you were doing some obscure stuff. And I was just listening to you, and there might be, about 10 or 15 other people in there. And it was just so nice after doing a gig, just having a chill of your voice, just talking stuff, sort of driving home in the dark. And so well done, mate. It's fantastic.
42, 1,000. Whoa. Do you like a Mr. Beast little jingle thing? No, it's well good. I was at your very first live stream, 42. As Planet X Hunter. Planet X is him, that guy.
Yeah, the one that nobody could hear what the fuck I was saying, but stayed there anyway.
I was there. I was there. Hello.
That's something I really do need to say. See, after I'd done my first live stream where I totally fucked the whole thing up, and people stayed anyway. Yeah, and I was saying, so was she. Yeah. Like, there's no way anybody stayed during that for the content. They just stayed that to try to give me a bit of confidence and support. And thank you. Yeah. And if you hadn't done it, I don't think I'd still be doing this now. It would have been very easy to go, I've had my go, I've fucked it up. But we're still here. And thank you all very much. The other thing I'm going to say, going through from whenever I started YouTube and regular to now, Paka, Dear Waffle, no disrespect, you've been brilliant. But the best things I've done is the collaborations we all make in the music. And taking the poetry to levels that I never envisaged, to an audience I never envisaged. It has been quite amazing. Humbling.
I agree with you 100%, mate. I was listening. I did the stream tonight. I was listening to your stuff. Love it. I do. Love it. I love it.
I have lost someone. Talk amongst yourselves for a second.
Stop taking a beaver. Hey.
Helmac. Taking a beaver.
Helmac. Oh, by the way,
I owe you an apology.
You do. And you're still not finished, mate. Check your frigging messages, right? I've sent you a message, right? There's this question on there. I need your help. So, yes, I accept your apology.
Right, I told 42. I had no fucking idea who that is. So
you're joking? Did you not work it out? It was like, it's the same as my name, but just the rest of it all.
Yeah, I wasn't. I'm not. I'm not known for thinking.
No. It's really sad news about John Davison. I just realised that.
Yeah,
as a fellow Scot, and there we go. I've been teasing him for the face reveal.
I know
since about 2,000 subs.
Yeah, and now we have the face reveal.
Brilliant.
Well, by the way, anybody's typing stuff in the chat, I can no longer see it. Because putting this on means I need to take off my glasses so I can. It's okay, I can do this type of stuff because talking to you is fine, but be advised, I'm going to have to go back into the chat in a couple of minutes and find out what the fuck everybody said. Because I can't see shit.
That's brilliant, mate. Full respect. I knew you'd do something. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I thought we'll give this a go. I actually did try this in the first one, along with everything else, and I had actual face paint as opposed to a co-op. But yeah,
he is real, Will. He is. He's a real man. I've seen his face. I know what he looks like. Ooh.
Oh, and yes, since we've got this for, I may as well start off with a poem. One of the very early ones that I did. We'll do Y42, which is about why I'm called 42. So, Y42, I hear you ask, what lurks beneath that writer's mask? Is it humane? Has it got a brain? Has it simply gone insane? I say names of her people with humanity. Since I live with her, that does not describe me. I'm more a machine. I function, I toil. Open my veins, there's no blood, only oil. A machine needs no name. A part number will do. So I chose a good one. I chose 42. But I have no need for pity. This machine feels no pain. So I'll work under that number until I feel human again. There you go. Poetry and everything.
Like that. Do like that. Very good. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You didn't need the face reveal, though, really. Shame you can't get super chats on, then we could get like.
Really good.
Yeah, no. Oh, here, Dave, here's what you do. You bring me on your show as a guest, and I go, I am famed for refusing all super chats. But this man takes them, so send them to him.
I'll take him. Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, bring me on. I'll griff for you. That's not a problem. And the other thing I'm going to do is go through the rest of the housekeeping. I'm going to knock my camera off because I need to see the chat. But you will see this get up again, probably shortly. And remember to shut the camera off. Fuck, which button's camera?
Budgie Burger. He looks exactly how I imagined him.
Right.
Well, that's what it was like when I met him in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Well, the whole time.
The whole time, yeah. Well, come on, you must trust me now.
Yeah, Tricky Woo had the same thought. Yep, looks just like him.
I had to stand there barbecuing with that guy looking like that.
Yeah, it looks like some sort of drill rapper or something. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Emma likes it. That's all I'm saying.
Don't want to know.
Oh,
Leave the mask on. Leave the mask on.
no, I could not. Emma, it was you said that they need to stay there. What? See, Emma's complaining that I left. See, look. Oh, I need to put me thing back on.
He's going to fuck this up, isn't it? He's going to do
a half face reveal, maybe. Top and bottom bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You nearly got
I give it 30 minutes. He's going to fuck this right up.
Yeah. You nearly got a full refill. See, I've took it off, but Emma was saying about moving the handcuffs. See behind you, in the pull-up bar just up there. See,
I hadn't noticed them until you pulled them.
See, nobody had noticed them until Emma decided that she would talk about them. So I think she actually wanted everybody to see.
Yeah. I think so. And Emma, I will look you up as I do. I should be able to find you, so I will look you up and send you.
I know exactly where you'll be able to find Emma's profile on the England Day Facebook page.
Well, it will be on the England Day Facebook page, exactly.
It will indeed.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna knock this back off again because I need to see stuff. Right, here we go. Yeah, and this is the level of content you can expect. This professional level of content. Now that I've finally reached 1,000 subs.
This is the level of chaos that Dave's used to. I think he's quite enjoying it, aren't you, mate?
My normal show, it is, yeah. Right, so I reckon right then, 42. If you make it to like 2,000,
yeah,
then you should do a full face reveal. Ooh,
that's
He's retired. He's retired from the job. I think.
Or maybe 5,000, maybe.
No,
that'd be a safe bet, wouldn't it?
That's safer bet, because it will grow now. Now you get over 1,000, you tend to grow better, quicker. It's weird.
So the full face reveal is booked in for the day after I have received my pension, and it can no longer be taken off me if I get sacked from work.
Yeah, fair play.
Right. Currently, the way things work, if the company I work for decides you're a cunt and we don't like your opinions, and they sack me, I potentially lose 30 years worth of pension.
Yeah, don't do that. Nah,
Yeah,
ain't
right.
worth that.
So, maybe face reveal after that's secured.
How long's that then? 42? Can I ask?
Well, I've had a look at the finances and how much I earn and how much goes out and whatnot, and I think I can probably afford to retire about lunchtime the day of my funeral. It's nominally set for about 9 years' time.
Yeah.
But
we've got to wait 9 years. We've got to wait 9 years. What?
I have to wait 9 years until I'm allowed to retire. But then in 9 years, I've got to figure out whether or not I can afford to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll get there.
That's the reality of isn't it? You know, and
that's really
people have been allowed to stay working much longer these days. So you have to try and hold on to a job if you can't afford to retire. What is it, 66 now? 67?
67, yeah, 67. That guy, I showed him on my stream the other day. Yeah, he's just retired at 60. The guy that came up with that just retired at 61 with a £1.8 million pension.
Actually,
and a 250 grand up front as well. So I don't know.
A million pound pension pot's actually not that much.
1.8. It's about 85. Well, so they said 85 grand a year or something. He's going to get.
He's a million ahead of me.
And me, yeah.
Yeah.
He's 85 grand.
It's comfortable, isn't it? You could do that comfortably. Take a couple of holidays.
Here's a question for you. See, use English people in England. Is it normal for you to start worrying about your pension at age 17?
I still haven't worried about it now.
I'm technically Scottish, but yeah, the same as people just they don't think. Yeah, look, when you're young, right, and you're going out and about and doing stuff, and you're getting your first job and earning your first decent money, you ain't thinking about that, are you? No, you're thinking about hitting the town. You're thinking about buying a new motor.
Yeah.
The last thing you're thinking of when at 17 or 21 or 30 is pensions. You get the odd person who's gonna.
Right.
It's just the last thing on your mind, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the first question 17 and 18-year-olds get here in the community I live in, whenever they get their first job, is the first question they get is the company pension good, or do you need to get your own as well? And everybody pretty much starts up. Well, everybody gets steady jobs.
Good that.
Starts off with that, like anybody's doing an apprenticeship, anybody's going into a factory, it's looking like a long-term job or any of that sort of stuff. And the people that are more gig economy, they know before they start to have to sort their own, because that type of thing, it's definitely not going to be provided for you. So you've got to get your own pension early and start putting money into it.
Yeah. You're like our Mac's a bit like me though, you see, because musician and that. It's I've literally I still haven't thought about it today. Literally. I'll probably get off this stream and I'll say to my missus that, hey, babe, have I got a pension?
Isn't it about time we started thinking about the future?
Yeah, I just haven't even thought about it. I haven't. It's just
I think no, that's right. I think for me personally, what we're thinking of doing is probably.
You don't need a pension. She's got him insured. It's all right.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, no insurance. But a bit of because we haven't got kids and that, it'd probably be equity release on our property.
Yeah.
What will be which we'll own. We'll have no mortgage. We should be mortgage free in February. I think that's the plan. Yeah. And that will be that'll probably be it. You know, state pension is fuck all, isn't it? So
well, if you're going to be mortgage free, you own your own property and everything, and you've stopped paying all that, you're 3/4 of the way there.
Yeah. I was lucky enough to get myself in a nice position like that, which is why we bought this little house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because only because I built a big bungalow, and then it took 5 years to sell it. But it's weird because I'm not rich. I haven't got loads of money. Asset rich, that's what they say in it. But I'm not rich in any way,
Yeah.
shape, or form. But I feel very blessed though. Do you know what I mean? So
It's not about being rich. It's about having enough to fund your quality of life.
yeah.
And what you don't want to end up in is the Smith and Western retirement plan. That's not good.
Yeah.
It's where people go wrong is if you've got a small pension or a small pot of money whenever you retire, people try to eke that out and make that last as long as it can.
Yeah.
That would be a traditional way. The other version is the Smith and Western, where you take all you've got, and then you get a couple of loans that you're never going to pay back. And whenever the money runs out, that's whenever the Smith and Western comes in.
The mate did that, went off to America, married an American girl, ran up loads of credit cards, and then ran off. He just ran off. Yeah, I'm gone. He's never come back either. Fair play. Sorry, I'll shut up. Shut up.
No. That's brilliant if you can get away with it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost like a victimless crime, really, isn't it? If we're just talking about scamming the fucking banks who are scamming bastards anyway.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not live it up?
I was talking to GG yesterday, right? And he lives in Florida. They pay no income tax in Florida. Not at all.
That's right. Yeah, no, that's right. No state income tax.
It's incredible.
They put all that on the sales tax.
They do pay quite high sales tax, but no income tax, man. You know what I mean? It just shocked me. I was like, oh, I want to pay no income. Well,
yeah, I think the tax structure is a little bit different over in the States, isn't it? It's not quite the same as here, but the States are different. But I think you still pay taxes in general taxes in other ways.
More like a property tax in it. I think they pay in it. Something like that.
Everyone's still getting creamed.
Yeah, of course they are.
Especially in Belgium. Talking about that, right? I'm eventually we're 25 minutes down. I'm going to eventually get to the housekeeping.
I'll shut up.
Yeah,
right.
Go on then. Back on.
Yeah, and Samson never sent me any messages this week about it. Rags
have you heard from him? I'm sorry. So I'll ask later. Go on. Sorry, mate.
Rags is in the chat, I believe. Rags, please tell me who your guest is. I'm going to guess that tomorrow night at 7:00, Rags and Jack London are going to be doing a show. They will have a guest. Right.
I think they're having a call in. Sorry, 42. I think they're having a call in actually.
They probably copied me.
That's it.
Yes. Rags, I don't think you copied me at all, by the way. I'm bantering in case Jack's there. He gets a bit touchy about that. But yeah, so Jack and Rags tomorrow night. There's one that I don't call out anymore because it's not happening. Hopefully there'll be some Scottish people get into the breach with that. The other one, another show I'd like to shout out is Courage is a Cure, Australian girl called Robin, who covers the political madness and the different rules and regulations that are being brought in. If you want to keep up with that, she's a good bet for that. And she's also going to be the end of the month guest this month next week. She's coming on because it's also Australia Day, and hopefully we'll get Linda Hunter and Dawn Browning on for that as well next week. So there's that. And the other show, this guy here in the bottom right hand corner, Mr. Dave Waffles every night, every week from 8:30 on with the world's best, with the best duck race on the internet.
When you say off a Bluetooth speaker, come on.
Yeah, yes. Bluetooth speakers down.
I've got loads of them now. Loads of them.
The Wheel of Doom now goes Bluetooth speaker, 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 pen.
Yeah,
right.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right. So your Bluetooth speaker in.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. I want people to win them. I've got 7 more to give away if you want to get involved. Come on over.
The duck race is really simple.
I keep missing it. I'll have to get on that.
You're about to see a bit of it in a minute because I'm gonna put a bit of it up.
Oh God.
But basically, what
Really?
you do is you can leave a comment underneath any of Dave's videos. That'll get you a free duck. You can buy ducks with donations. There are other in-show things that will get you a duck. And then all the ducks race. And after the ducks race, the winning duck, the person of that, gets to spin the wheel of doom.
Yeah.
And the wheel of doom spins, and at the minute, you 9 out of 10 times produce a Bluetooth speaker. And I am actually going to.
I'll give you a tenner for that later on. Nice. I'll give you 10 more ducks for that. Cheers. 10 free ducks for that. I like that. Look, he's put, I've received a ransom demand from Cambodia. What for? You feel?
Right, hold on.
We've got him. We're not letting him go. I reckon he's writing his book. I reckon he's going to come back and shock us all. I've got a book.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's something like nice, like he's got a book, done his book, or he's bought some land and moved or
something like that, married or something like that. I reckon he's going to.
Has anybody heard from him? I know Rags, if you're in the chat, have you heard from him?
Dave, did your stream from last night get pulled down?
Maybe. I don't know. Did it? I have no idea. I have no idea, mate. Sometimes they do get pulled down, yeah, because I play stuff in them, don't I?
Yeah. Well, silly me was looking on just the live.
That one was all right last night, to be fair.
Right.
That's a surprise, blimey. That's a surprise.
Nah. Just so as people can see what this duck race actually looks like.
Good. Here it is. Here's a duck race. Good. What's my life come to, man? You know what I mean?
Here we go. Have a look at this. You will love this.
Now, Ranny Ditcher's on the outside dressed as a copper. 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Freezy come out of nowhere now. Benton dressed as Batman now. We've got Hoax on the inside. Saxon's trying to make another break dressed in red now through the middle. Saxon and Hoax. We've got Nick come out of nowhere. Deluxe dressed as a copper. Out of nowhere. Picard dressed as a chef. Hoax now. Hoax on the inside. Benton dressed as a bear, come out of nowhere. He's just come out of nowhere now. Benton, 2 minutes, 11 seconds to go. It's anybody's race right now. We've got Benton.
See, this is a level of madness you're all missing out on. So
that is great commentary, Dave. That is great commentary.
Am I in it? Did I win? You didn't win, Linda. No, I'm afraid. But you have forced lots of people to be members, so I appreciate that. Thank you, Linda.
Yes. Does Linda get a duck every time she forces somebody to be a member?
It's not rigged. No, she does get a duck. She gets a duck. Yeah. You were in there, Linda. You were. Good. There we go. I used to be really cool, but now I'll just do duck races now. So.
Used to be rock and roll star on stage.
I did, mate. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny what happens in life, isn't it?
And now he's rigging duck races on the internet.
Rigging duck races and grifting. Give me your money. Give me your money. I learned from Dangerfield. You see, I learned from the best. So
the person who wasn't rigging it would say it wasn't rigged.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Look, I can't rig. You can buy the duck race. You can buy the duck pretty much, you know. Anyway, let's stop talking about ducks. I have to talk about them all week. Shut up.
Right, hold on. How many ducks was in the race last week? 444?
440 something yesterday. Yeah, a lot of ducks.
Yeah, it was fucking class.
I feel like I need to get a better duck game. Do you know what I mean? Like one where you can get. I don't know. Shut up, Dave. Stop talking about it. All right. Talk about it on Monday.
Here's a question for you. Not to put any pressure on you, but are you going to host an England Day duck race?
Well, obviously, yeah. I'll do. Of course, I will. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah,
whatever you want me to do.
we can put that on the list as the first formal ever England Day event.
We can do it. Yeah, of course we can, mate. Yeah, of course we can.
Put that into the canon.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Of course I am. Very happy. Yes, you need to run heats and a final. Oh, what? I know, Linda, but look, that starts getting complicated. Then it means I've got to plan stuff for that. Just like really. Hassle. Look, it's 42's subscriber show today. Woo! Come on. Stop talking about damn books. Fucking the dog man.
Yes. It's a bit of a mind fuck. Very surprised.
Well deserved. I think the music really helps as well. I do. I think the music being doing is brilliant with our Mac.
Without a doubt.
I think the Anglo-Saxon songs really helped in it with the views, and I started noticing that. You hit the algorithm, and obviously a lot of people sub from that, and I hope that they come back for the rest of the content and more songs to come. And we've got to do this England Day song. I mean, as you know, I'm not going to bore on about having bloody man flu for the last month. It has been a killer, but I haven't been able to do a thing. I haven't been able to finish anything
because nobody's running.
And I've got a track that I need to finish, right, for a Sea Chameleon project. All I've got to do is load the drums on, edit the drums and mix it, and do final mix and master. And I've been waiting 4 weeks to do that. Every time I can't even go up to the studio. I'm downstairs at the moment. If I pull up the project and I'll just look at it because my head's been just gone, and a rotten headache as well all the time. And I look at the project and it just confuses me. I've shown someone else, haven't I? Just like 60 odd tracks, and I'm just looking at it. I can't deal with that. I just can't deal with it, and that's how I've been feeling for the last month. But I'm on the mend. I ain't going to go on about it. It's just flu. Loads of people have had it, but Jesus, it has kicked my ass. I tell you.
Yeah, and you and Ali too, because Ali's been bad with it as well, hasn't she?
Yeah. She's had it for about 3 weeks. She had it for about a week before I did, and they keep thinking to get better. And about the day before New Year's Eve, I started feeling better. And I think, thank fuck for this, because I had gigs, a big gig. There's no way I was going to be able to get someone else to do it for me. People were paying 120 quid a ticket for this gig. Yeah. It's a really cool place.
It's that pressure as well, isn't it? Because if someone's paying that, you got to.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And I think, can I stand up for 2 hours? And it's not just that. It's like the drive. It's the setup. It's the hanging about. The packing up at the end of the night. I know a lot of people think, hey, come on, it's just a bit of flu. You can stand up and play bass, can't you? Well, yeah, usually, but this was killer. But I did feel a lot better. And did the gig. It was a great gig. It was a cracking gig. And going back 3 a.m. The next day was gone. Nothing. Just in bed all day. Really suffered. Then it just seemed to come back strong again. It would go away and come back. And I heard a lot of people say the same thing. They start feeling better, think they've got over it. Then just coming back like man, it's worse than any COVID. I've had COVID about 3 times. It was worse than any of that. I mean, if they'd made a fuss about this back in 2020, I'd understand it, for this. But there you go. Anyway, sorry, I promised I wouldn't go on about it, and I've gone on about it again. Fucking man flu, innit? Jeez, look at these boys. I don't know.
For the lurgy, it can't hurt. Yeah, ivermectin. Keep hearing about that. Horse.
Yeah, I haven't got any.
Yeah.
I had 2 lots of. Sorry, I'm going on about it again. I had 2 courses of antibiotics and steroids as well for this to try and get over this. Anyway, I promise I won't mention it again.
It does seem like it's been rightly through the middle. Like I just hopefully as time as this is going to be going for you.
Yeah, consistently feeling a bit better now. Just starting to do stuff. I haven't wanted to speak. God, I'm going on about it again. I don't want to. I haven't wanted to speak to anyone. I've been really grumpy, and I'm not someone who ever suffers from depression ever at any time. When something bad is happening, you feel depressed. I understand what it's like to feel depressed about something on a short term because you know what it's about. But my mood usually is dead level. I never get really up, never get really down. Complete opposite of, sort of bipolar. But I was actually starting to feel depressed as well for no reason. And it was like, this is this fucking virus, man. It's weird. It completely changed my outlook. I was getting really grumpy. I nearly took some geezer's head off over a resident parking space outside where he lived. Because I pulled up there to go and pick something up. And I fucking really reared up at him, Ted, didn't he? And nearly took his fucking head off. It's just madness. Anyway, the last word on it. That's the last word I'm going to say on it. I'm feeling much better now. Thank you very much, everybody.
Oh. Yeah. Well, whenever you say there's no reason for you feeling depressed, there's every reason, because see, whenever your normal way of life suddenly gets taken away from you for whatever reason, should that be society's change? Should it be the company you work for decides that they're moving those jobs to India and you've got a choice of going to India with it, or staying here and not working anymore, or just being totally unwell? That's a very valid reason to become fucking depressed, mate, because it is sad. And what stops us being depressed is our daily interactions and our ability to go out and about our stuff and whatnot. And once that stops, you will become depressed. Well, you don't get depressed, you get a rational temporary reaction to your situation until your situation gets.
No, I totally get that. But I'll tell you what's different. None of that was bothering me. There was no reason. The virus is fucking in my mind. Honestly, it wasn't because I'm getting I'm sick of feeling ill. I've had enough of this now. It wasn't that. There was something was changing my thought processes, and honestly, it was just never had that before, and I had no reason to, apart from the usual things. But it was like when I was feeling this depression, it was like, now I know what clinical depression is like, because I'm feeling this depression for no good reason, for nothing you put your finger on. And it was literally something was changing my mind. Anyway, it's gone, and it's antibiotics steroids, and that is lifted finally as well. And the sort of headache I've had for a month as well. I'm still going on about it. Stop talking about it. But it was. I promise I won't mention it again. There's no more man flu.
Oh,
you know. Got about 15 minutes of content out of that, haven't we?
Perfect. Oh, fuck. Well, it's a pretty good job, because I had nothing else to talk about tonight. It's really nothing planned. Well, I do have a nice weird clip for you all. You'll like this. Some very talented crocodiles. Alligators, crocodiles. I think they're saltwater crocodiles. But see if I can find this. My computer's being very slow this evening.
Sheila, yeah.
Are you coming back on camera, 42?
I will be, but not just quite. Nah.
Oh, right, you're doing stuff.
Yeah.
I would come on camera tonight, but I've been ill for about a month. I don't know if I mentioned it, and I still look a bit.
You're worried about you're worried about looking less fit and healthy than you were, and looking all withered away.
Well, I wouldn't say withered away. I've got a little way to go before that's a problem.
Where the fuck? Where does these things go? Right, here we go. Right, get this up large. Pause. Right.
Dave, Mrs. Packer's looking forward to the coaster.
It's
Made
down
her
there.
day.
Oh yeah, I know, it was good, that.
Right. Check out this madness.
Should have given a speaker. Well, that's what I should have done. Should have. Do that again.
What the fuck? That was not supposed to happen. Right.
Always happens to me, shit like that.
And there's no sound.
Drowning to lure humans in who they view as prey, who they then obviously eat. These saltwater crocodiles in Indonesia have apparently learned how to pretend to be drowning to lure humans in who they view as prey, who they then obviously eat. These saltwater crocodiles in Indonesia have apparently learned how to pretend to be drowning to lure humans in who they view as prey, who they then obviously eat.
Good. That's another reason not to go in the water. Then, good.
Yep. Check out you see my Facebook feed. I'll do what Dave does with his Twitter feed and show you my Facebook feed.
Oh, what?
His Tarzanzilla.
Oh shit. Maybe not.
Right
You
down.
good? Are you a Tarzaner? For some Tarzaners. Oh shit.
What does she think she was
Maybe
going
not.
to do?
You good? Are you a Tarzaner?
Yep.
So,
I wish I had a pound for every video on the internet of a woman finding out she can't hold her own body weight with her arms.
I know, they see it in the movies, don't they?
Yeah.
Shut up.
What do you think?
There's a lovely looking dog there. There's a handsome chap.
Yeah. And when I sort of look, we'll have a bunch of people out walking dogs and bitchy hair. Possibly not. We will see. So there you go. That's a little look at my Facebook profile and madness that I acquire. The other thing I learned the other day was apparently there was no diagnosis of autism before 1930. And the other thing that happened in 1930 was Pluto was discovered as a planet. So maybe the new planet arrived and sent everybody nuts.
Maybe that's what it is, yeah. Maybe it did. Planet power. Ooh.
Yes. Back to comments. Sorry.
Planet power.
Let's see what else. And I think we'll have a bit of a quick musical interlude. Oh, here, hold on.
Got with the Anglo-Saxon in it, surely.
Yeah, hold on. We had a guest that was hiding down at the bottom. Very famous guest, just arriving in. Could you please welcome to the stage a Donald J. Chump?
Well, bugger me.
Because I've got 1,000 subscribers. He's made his way over. What about you, Donald?
You know, these guys are great. All of these guys here are great, but you're great, First 42. I'm coming here to you now. I take over the head of the free world next week once again. It'll be the greatest administration ever. But I thought I'd pay homage to you yourself, 42, getting this massive milestone here of 1,000 subscribers. You must be feeling pretty great. Just like Tarzana there, one of my fellow Americans falling flat on her fat ass. But then, you know, us guys, we got to take in there. You've got the crocodiles in there and all this kind of thing. And this is absolutely great. Do you remember a guy? I think he was an English guy. I think his name was Max Bygraves. And he would have the perfect song for that crocodile when he would be singing. And I know it explicitly, man. He's the greatest singer ever, Max Bygraves. And he would sing, "You need hands to show someone you care for. You need hands." That guy is amazing. I met him once in Trump Towers. You know, it's my personal building there. I own most of the world these days. I run most of the world these days, but it's going to be great. All I wanted to say is to come in here to say to you, look, you guys over here, you don't have these same problems as we do in America. So I just want to say congratulations, 42. It's an absolute milestone. And whatever you do, don't eat the dogs and don't eat the cats. Not like over here in America. God bless you, sir. And God bless these United States of America.
All I can say, Mr. President, is not only are we not going to eat the cats or the dogs, we are not going to eat the bugs either.
I was talking. It's funny you should say that. I was talking to Klaus the other day. You know, he's a pretty decent guy. You know, when he takes away his white cat, wants to put away his world plans for world domination and the new world order, as they say over there in Davos. I'll be there in February. I've got my seat booked. And I'll be telling him, I'll be saying, Klaus, you know, we need to get things sorted out here because your electric vehicles, they're not going to work. What we just farming, it's not going to work. And most assuredly,
It's
people
got,
are not your chocolate anymore.
Donald, you've gone all Bill Clinton now. It's good to hear your voice, mate. I hope you had a great Christmas and New Year, mate. But yeah, good to see you. Good to see you back on the internet. Donald, of course.
But of course.
Yeah, Donald, get yourself over to Davos, rip those people a new asshole, and tell them what's what and get their plans changed.
China.
I'll be going there now, and yeah, we'll be telling them all these things, what we're going to say, and like I say, God bless everybody, and hopefully see you again soon. God bless everybody. Take care, and good night.
Good night, Mr. President.
See you later, Stenson. I mean, Donald. Class. Good to hear from you, mate.
That was good. That was.
Go for a musical interlude. With what's just been said, do we think Eat the Bugs?
It's a bugs.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Martin W. 420. Point. Well, he's playing, so I might as well give him the point.
Welcome to Resistance.
Oh shit, man. Eat the bugs? You got me wrong. You got me so wrong. You ever seen a cave drawing of somebody with a spear hunting a mosquito? Well, me either. We eat meat and we have choices. You cook the hedgehog right? It tastes like chicken. Fucking chicken. I ain't eating your bugs. I ain't eating your bugs. I started off with nothing and I'm never going back. I'm not getting on your progressive track. With Agenda 2030, I refuse to engage. I can see where it is going and it's just another cage. I've got hedgehog, I've got rabbit, I've got wild hog. Fuck it, I can even move to Alaska and get me a nice caribou. Fuck it, I'm not eating your bugs. They're trying to take away what I fought so hard to get, so I'm going to say no to your cattle car train. Eat the bugs? Live in some communal pod with no fucking privacy? Oh, nothing and be happy. I've seen the people with nothing and they don't look happy. Eat the bugs? Live in some communal pod with no fucking privacy? Oh, nothing and be happy. I'm not eating your bugs. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm not eating your bugs. Fuck it. I'm not eating your bugs. Fuck it. Fuck it. Oh shit, man. You got me wrong. You got me so fucking wrong. There are millions of us in the UK, billions worldwide, unvaccinated, striding out into our third winter of death with not a care in the world. Eating pig, eating cow, eating chicken, and we will not conform. Fuck it, I'm not eating your bugs. Hey, Klaus Schwab, this is 42, and I want the word with you, motherfucker.
Fourth Industrial Revolution. We have a window of opportunity for the great reset. Technology
authorities. You're getting to the point where the people just want to be left alone and going to get involved. Tell me again, why is the United Nations running Stonehenge? Fuck it. Museums of fucking Paran Mountain Range now owned by UNESCO, so you and I can never go. Fuck your 15-minute cities and your Internet of Things. We are going back to nature, see what that life brings. We had a good look at the farming we did, so we hook up with the woodlander and take our shit off grid. Fuck it. We hook up with the woodlander and take our shit off grid. Fuck it. We'll hook up with the woodlander and take our shit off grid.
This is 42 speaking. Welcome to the Resistance.
Fuck it.
Hello.
Yeah, mad.
Good that. Good that.
The real brace still turns your stomach, that doesn't it? Bear Grylls, his witchy grub.
What the hell was this?
You there, 42?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to find out what.
The Resistance.
Right, sorry. I had a box at the bottom that was just blank and I didn't know what it was. And it turned out it was that little stale whenever it should have been gone. I don't know what the hell's going on with the technology here tonight. It's all a little bit off, but we will get there. This whole laptop's been running a bit slow for some reason. I'm not quite sure what, but we'll get there. Let's see. What have we got to talk about?
Stop taking in beaver all the time.
Yeah, stop taking beaver. Yeah.
The madness over the last 18 days. It's been like the best movie ever the last 18 days. It's been incredible.
It's just been so much happening. It's like it's accelerating. The craziness is accelerating, isn't it? In towards the end of last year and the start of this year, with everything that's going on, court cases that we can't talk about. You're not
allowed to, no.
Gangs up north, all coming out. Elon Musk, just making sure, and it's like, yeah, but we've known about this for 18, 20 years. I've been aware of it. One guy, Elon Musk, he just puts it out there, and it's like the whole world's talking about it, and it's like finally.
It's funny to watch. It's funny to watch Labour squirm. It is. They've thrown a couple of people, a couple of nobodies. They've thrown onto GB News straight under the bus because they hadn't read the reports.
Yeah,
so they didn't know what the gangs were actually doing.
No,
and therefore
exactly.
why it was any different to anything else.
So did you see that silly old bin?
Hey?
You know that silly old bin? I forget her name.
There was another one. There was a bloke that did exactly the same.
Right.
And then there was Jess Phillips decided to make herself the victim.
Yvette Cooper come out, didn't she? And she's tried to put out, this is what we're going to do. They're giving £10 million to investigate it. Well, at the same time, they're giving £115 million to the Muslim community to protect mosques.
Yeah. This, they're voting. Oh, sorry, Dave.
No, it's all right. No, sorry, mate. I tend to make weird noises. Don't worry. Go on.
That's right. I thought, go. Yeah, their sort of vote to not have a national inquiry. Just what are the optics of that are dreadful. Whether the inquiry, most inquiries are a complete waste of time. Yeah. As we know, nothing ever happens unless it's the Stephen Lawrence inquiry, of course. Right. Then the whole British police force changes its behaviour. But
See, round about 1986, right? Because I was approximately 20 at that time. Would have been about there. I was in the TA, Territorial Army. We used to go to Grantham in England for training. And yeah, Rags, I've seen the thing on WhatsApp, but I can't get WhatsApp to my computer. So that'll not be coming on tonight. Right. Yes, about 86. I went away for 2 weeks in the middle of Saturday. Instead of staying there, I decided to get on a train and go to Derby because it was a slightly bigger city with more to do and different bars and shit. And I was talking to 2 girls that would have been about 17, 18 at the train station, outside the train station, whenever I was getting ready to go back to Grantham. And they were saying, see in another hour and a half, it's about 5 o'clock in the evening, see by 7 o'clock, you need to not be here because this place will be full of Pakistanis and they just beat the shit out of everybody. And I was saying, here, hold on, this is Derby. Where the fuck's your Englishman? Because we have similar problems to that in Belfast, but what we do is we gather communities together and build miniature walls around them and fight whoever the fuck it is. And so the idea that this was, if me, who was there for a day, could find out about that in Derby, how the fuck could anybody that lives there not know? Mm. And that was, I would say, somewhere between 87 and 1990, in and around that. So they have all known for long enough.
Yeah, well, it has. Well, I live in Peterborough. Do you know what I mean? Well, just up the road from it. It's just, it's just, I don't know. Where does it go? Do you know what I mean? I mean, this is that question that everyone's asking, isn't it? Where, how does it end? Because it just seems it's going to be ending chaos.
It's the thing. There's so many people complicit in the cover up of this. That's why they're not going to have an inquiry. Because the inquiry has to dig down to the police, the social services, the council workers.
That's why they want local ones. That's why they're going to have local ones. They can throw a few local social services people, maybe a copper or two under the bus, and go, there you go.
That's right. That's right. And the local ones don't have enough teeth anyway. They can't force people to come in and answer questions. Yeah, I don't think they're going to get away with this, and I think the momentum is now on to just keep on going on about the inquiry. They'll either have to do it, or it'll bring this government down. I mean, I can't see how they're going to last another 4 years. This Labour Party,
it'll last as long as he wants to talk about it.
but he only had to say it once. No, the whole
and he hasn't as well, as he said. It's so. I mean, he hasn't stopped in the last 10 days. Yeah, I mean, he was still doing it today, calling them out and that. Or if somebody tweets something or whatever they call it, or X's something or whatever, he's constantly sharing stuff now as well, bringing attention to it. You know what I mean? Which is what you need. And but then you get the other side on there as well, though. They're almost like the apologists. Anytime I see somebody putting something on there like talking about Elon Musk rather than about the problem, I'm just putting enabler, because that's all they're doing. They're not taking the conversation forward by talking about him talking about it, are they? Do you know what I mean? It's like that's he's brought attention.
That's perfect, That's the perfect phrase, enabler.
Yeah, I keep putting it to everyone.
Anybody who wants to obstruct an inquiry or even talking about this are 100% enablers.
Yeah, absolutely. And
just the same as the police who turn a blind eye, just the same as all the social services. That anybody, any politician or anybody in the media, media, film stars, music stars, anybody who gets questioned about this, who doesn't want to talk about it, are enablers. Everybody is. I'm struggling to get that link in, but I think you've got it, Annie 42.
I've got
it over for some reason.
It took a bit of a dark turn, didn't it?
I had to go into, I had to open up here, interesting fun fact that, see, whenever I watch all the comments on StreamYard, but on the StreamYard thing gives me all the comments. You can't click on any links. So I had to open up had to go in and open up the
actual chat, the studio.
That, but I've now got it. And here we go with, this is the link that Rob sent, which comes from the Woodlander Initiative.
Woodlander.
As things get progressively worse, our people will be looking for a way out. It needs to be us that are in place to offer a viable alternative to a decaying social and political system that trundles towards dystopia. We need something that can grow and something that will last. We have been addicted to doing things the same way for 100 years, trying to change a rotten system through the stale party political route. It hasn't worked. As with all addiction, the first step is to admit the problem, and second, to change what we have been doing. We are capable of building a society of beauty and honor, of pride and loyalty, a society that respects its people and its land, a society that moves forward into the future with a shared purpose to be the very best. All of that starts today.
Very good.
That is actually very good.
Very good.
Brilliant. Spot on.
I'll tell you what I'm going to add to that. Not only do we need to change what we're doing, the biggest thing we need to change as a people is consistency, and understand that the people who don't like our way of life, they're not overly intelligent, they're not clever, they're not overly well organized, but what they are is fucking persistent. And they get up all day, every day, and they do the same thing, which is lobby the government. I'll give you a classic example. We had a petition about disbanding the government, and it got 2 million signatures.
It
got 3 million. 3 million signatures.
Yeah.
And put the government under real pressure. 2 weeks later, we got another petition about stopping all immigration, and it went to something like 200,000.
Something like that, yeah.
Right. Okay. Newsflash, people, we needed the same 2 to 3 million on it.
We did, yeah. I thought that.
And not only that, we need to do another week, 2 weeks later, and put 2 to 3 million on that as well.
Yeah.
And keep registering our displeasure with the government. These things do not work. This is not a one-off attack where one bunch of people breaks through the lines and everybody else can filter through and take everything off. It's not that. This is a war of attrition, and and the battlefield is in the system, and we have to get inside that system and affect it. And the only way, and the way that we have for doing that, is petitions, freedom of information requests, and all the policies, because every policy that gets put in front of us goes through a committee, they ask a public's opinion, and we don't respond. Whereas the people who are against us respond to everything. They've got groups dedicated to it, they've got people dedicated to it, and every time we do, what I can tell you is I've got quite a few policies changed in Northern Ireland that have been flipped again 4 years later, because all the policies come up for renewal every 4 years. And what happens is we're like, oh fuck, we've done this, that's it, done, and then walk away from it. Whereas we need to realize that that's just a start, and we need to keep hammering on it. Anyway, I believe we've got another guest in. Oh, yes. A historian has joined us. Mr. Oliver.
Neil Oliver. Classic. Hello, Neil. Amazing to have you on here.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. I'm Neil Oliver, historian, archaeologist, and all-round great hair. I just thought that it would be remiss of me if I didn't come on the stream this evening and congratulate 42 on his achievement, because it is a milestone, or is that a millstone? I can't remember, but now that I'm the main conspiracy theorist in the accepted circles of society, I thought I'd just come on and congratulate you, sir.
Well, Mr. Oliver, thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy schedule. Coming here and congratulate me on this milestone and millstone. It's the joy and the hurt of it all at the same time. I can no longer claim to be a small channel because I've got four zeros. No, it's
that's just us on the chat tonight.
Yeah, it's hard to take in, but I've had Mr. Trump over, and now I've got Mr. Oliver. I'm astounded. Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome. And like I say, when we find ourselves in these times where oppression of all peoples.
That's George Galloway. Sorry, Neil. Carry on.
Oh, he's on in a minute.
No, carry on, it's class.
He's a bit fucking harsh, you cunt.
Don't let me put you off. Sorry, man.
We've got a live one here, Doris. Shut up. Hey, come on.
Oh, yeah. Small golf coming on. Small golf coming on later. Great.
I tell you what, I can't do him. I can't do him. But what's his mate used to be able to do him? He was mint at doing the proper Morgoth. But yeah, anyway, I won't break out a character just yet. But it's just for me to say congratulations, and here's to the next 1,000 and hopefully 100,000. And God bless you, and God bless everybody. Good evening.
Oh, that's brilliant, Neil. Lovely. I wonder if Tommy Robinson's coming on later. Is Tommy Robinson coming?
I don't even know who did the booking, so I can't tell you. I can give you no clues.
Emma G did it. It's Emma G, wasn't it? She did
it. Was Emma G. Oh, yeah. Emma G was actually instrumental in getting me my 1,000th subscriber. She went out and advertised and showed the channel, and the last couple of subscribers came rolling in. And I also got to say, there's 4 songs that I produced in conjunction with Al Mac and Justice Kane. You have Harmony, Melody, and Rhyme, which has got about 500 views. You've got Eat the Bugs, which is something similar. You've got the Ballad of Ballard, which is probably around about 300. And then you've got the Anglo-Saxon, which features Emma G, that has 11,500. It's quite clear once Emma G gets involved, the views just go fucking through the roof.
That's it.
That's wonderful.
Just call me the Kingmaker. I spot the stars.
Yeah, yes.
I spot the stars. I produce the stars.
Yeah. And he does whatever the fuck it is he does to my voice to make it sound good. Because I hate watching my streams back, but the songs are fucking mint.
Yeah, your voice sounds great.
Yeah, that's got a lot to do with the production, all the magic things that.
Just a couple of tricks. Just a couple of tricks. Not too much, really. Just putting it in context, that's all.
Yeah, put the telephone voice on. Right, I need to take us off because I need to look at the chat.
It's nice to see you back there for a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
So just getting back to what we were talking about a minute ago, right? Now I don't want to sort of doom and gloom it up, but this has been going through my head, right? Because Labour are saying that what they want to do is 5 million undocumented people in the country, and they want to give them voting rights, for the next election. But that could like massively backfire, couldn't it? On them. I don't mean with reform, but what if them 5 million people decide to back Muslim councillors or something like that? Do you know what I mean? That could be like a really dangerous thing for them to do. Anyway,
yeah, they don't care because they can leave anytime they want.
Yeah, but the rest of us can't.
It ain't them that's going to have to deal with it.
That's I know. So I'm not trying to drag it down.
This is where California could become important, because California, we have a whole bunch of people who have voted for all sorts of woke agendas and environmentalism and all of that, and it got them a really large forest fire, and their houses have disappeared and stuff. And it turns out that a fire department that is very good with its diversity, equality, and inclusion, but has no fucking water, doesn't work so well. And this is the first time that those people have had a direct response.
Oh, come on. It wasn't because there was no water in the reservoirs and hydrants. It was climate change.
Yeah.
It was.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable the way they're framing this.
Yeah.
The
thing of it is, I don't think that those Americans are believing that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Right. Do you have to knock us off now? So right.
Bill Burr believes it. He went on telly and said you thought the fire department did a great job, didn't he?
Yeah.
Which was really weird.
Absolute dullards. It's good to see Sense and Community come in. I've not seen him for a while.
Sansom, welcome to
all the big names.
Yeah,
but Trump,
Sansom, you've missed everyone.
Yep. For the first time this evening, I would like to welcome my very good friend, Sansom Communum. What about you, Sean?
Hello, mate. Can you hear me okay? Because I'm in a foreign setup. I'm in a different country at the moment. It's called Birmingham. I don't know if you know about it. I've not got my usual mic set. I have got a dedicated mic, believe it or not. I don't know how this fucking thing works, but I don't know if it's any better. But I ain't got my own headphones and I ain't got my own microphone, so I hope it's working okay.
You look fine.
Yeah, I never change. Everything's black and white to me. I'm a minstrel. But all that I would say is that I just wanted to say something, because I didn't find out about our good friend John's passing until this morning. I don't actually have access to YouTube at the moment, which is why I'm not interacting in the chat, because I don't know the password. I've got to wait till I get home, because that's on my other computer. It's not on this piece of piss laptop thingy that I've got now. But on Telegraph, you don't need my password, and with StreamYard, it sends a code to your email, and I know that one. So that's how I'm able to get on. So apologies to anybody in the chat. I'm not in the chat because I don't know, but I would just like to say this about John. The one thing that I respect the most about John Davidson was he was 100% consistent in his aims and his goals and what he wanted to do and what he wanted to achieve. And also, he listened. He was a great listener. I mean, sometimes when I spoke to John on his live streams, we'd be in the back room for hours afterwards, just chewing the fat. It was always good natured. It was always constructive, and it always had a purpose. And John wasn't a maudlin person. He would say that himself.
He was also very kind and respectful to everyone.
Yes. Yeah, it didn't matter who you were, even if you were a dissenter or somebody who wanted to pick fault, he would give you the time of day just to understand your perspective. And that's very uncommon these days, because people these days are very petty in their opinions of other people. And oh, you like him, so I can't like you. What? So it's like the old death by association sort of thing. But John was never like that. He would give anybody the time of day, and he would allow them to express their opinion, and he would discuss it with them. Sometimes bring them down to and just say, well, why would you think that? But when I only knew John when he was sort of later in his years. I wished I'd known him sort of 20, 30 years ago, because I think John would have been, I can't really voice what I'm saying is, but I see we needed that kind of impetus.
Whenever he was out playing around those music halls and all, I reckon he'd have been really good fun.
Well, I have no doubts in my mind that he was 100% in that way. And like I say, John was public facing. His face was out there. He started his own political party, which then became a movement. It was the Pensioners' Party to start with, for those who are and those who were to become pensioners. And then he changed it to the People's Party, and that was the absolute goal of that. But it was always for the betterment of, the society at large. And he saw it as being, and I still think this is the only, one of the, you've got your voice boxes, your allowed opposition, like your Farages and that, who are not our guys. But I still think that, John's idea of, many people, and I'm getting there myself now, thinks that politics is dead. So if politics were to have an effect, it's going to start locally.
Yep.
You're going to have more effect on the local community, the local council, whether that's a parish council, a county council or whatever. And only from then, and through example and through showing people that think certain things can be done, without having to the teat of mama government or papa government or whatever, but just simple things. It's just small things, and it excuse me, the kind of things that John was advocating, and things that I think would resonate with local communities is, for instance, you've got an old kids' playground, wrecked, don't do anything, council don't give a shit because they don't give about kids, it's just for dossers and drug heads or whatever. But if you could get a local bloody paint firm or hardware firm or whatever to sponsor that playground, you're not asking them to do the labour, you're just saying, look, if you can sort us out a bit of paint and a few materials, we'll get some volunteers, we'll get the playground bib and tucker, somewhere for the kids to play, somewhere nice, and we'll stick a little plaque up saying that you sponsored it. So it doesn't, what does it cost the council? Fuck all. It doesn't cost the council anything. The company in question gets free advertising for a year or God knows how long for a few cans of paint and a bit of wood or whatever. It's those kind of things, and it's those kind of things that make the difference to people's lives. Just like, where I was, we had a spate of fly tippers. And one of the ladies round here, she's not a councillor, but she went to the council and said, look, what are you going to do about, So she come around and says, I was about, can you spare like an hour or half an hour on a Saturday morning? We had it sorted in a couple of hours. It was all gone. We photographed what it was like, the disgrace that it was beforehand, and what it was like afterwards. And it was just to say, look, this is what you can do. And in fairness, I have no, I'm not a member of any, establishment or whatever, but it's no different to the kind of grassroots things that Patriotic Alternative are doing. You know, they regularly do litter collection things, and you know, just things to improve the local areas of people. And it always has to be seen, as far as the mainstream media, it always has to be seen as a bad light. You know, and it's such a shame because, you know, I live in a shithole now. It's a really these are my kind of people. The people I live with now are my kind of people, and it is a really depressed area. And that's not because people aren't inherently good. It's because you get a few fucking dossers who spoil it for everybody else. But the vast majority of people are good. So if you can do something to improve the betterment of those people in your local area, it doesn't matter. Like I say, it's not a fucking crime to be a poor person. Yeah. And that's one of the things that we need to make the political establishment, both at the local and at the national and at the global level, understand. You know that the people are people, and that's
the vast majority of the country are currently living under a climate emergency that was set by their local council. And on average, 2,500 votes get you a seat in the council. And if you get enough seats in the council, you can fucking take that climate emergency away.
Yeah.
Well,
and
you will take, because if it's voted in locally, there's a slight problem in that they all have the same wording, and they all say that the climate emergency cannot be lifted until the level of carbon dioxide gets below the level where anything can fucking live, basically. But that needs challenged. Every one of those needs legally challenged, because you're not supposed to be able to put in a policy for any more than your tenure. The next elected bunch of people are supposed to be able to reverse whatever they want. Although we never do seem to. We forgot about our right to repeal stuff, but you're 100% right, because if local people, heaven forbid, got involved in politics and got involved with a local council, and then they become the people that run the local council, they will then be able to make those decisions. And the blueprint for this country, the blueprint for England, more accurately, because it went to England and then got pastured out. The reason why you have parish councils is everything was supposed to be arranged by the local Church of England. And really easy idea. See, in order to be in a position of power, you had to be a member of the Church of England. So therefore, you had to turn up every Sunday morning, and everybody else in the community turned up there. So if you were not doing what the local community wanted, you're not having a good Sunday ever. So that holds them to account.
All right, 42. Sorry to interrupt, mate. You got a second there.
I'm here.
I just want to say, first,
I'm here.
Well, I'm just going to introduce another guest on very, very quickly.
I'm back. Ali is back in the room.
Just before
welcome back.
Hey.
Really glad to see you, and I hope you're feeling much better.
No, I feel like bugger. I've had a couple of ports and a bottle of wine. I'm feeling great. Happy New Year, Mr. 42. Congratulations on 1,000
subs, yeah.
Things.
1,000 subs.
1,000 things. Hello, Mr. Packer.
It's Dave.
And
there's community down there.
Hello, Dave.
No, you don't know Dave.
I don't know Dave.
No, he's bonkers.
I'm bonkers, yeah.
Yep. I actually love Dave already. He's my kind of guy. Hello, Linda. Happy New Year, Linda Hunter. So Ali is in the room. I don't care what you're talking about right now.
And shortly to go to bed.
No. Do you know what? No. I'm here now. You crack on.
And off that brief interruption.
No, I'm not going. I'm not going.
Right, I'm I'm in charge of the mute button.
Oh, thank you very much for calling in, Ali. Absolute pleasure meeting you. Over the course of all this, one of my highlights was meeting you and Al up in Newcastle in the coldest summer ever. But really enjoyed our time with you, and it's great. I want to say about 300 things at the one time. It's going to come out weird, but
we'll do it again for sure.
I've never really hunted after subs. I'm glad that I've got what I've got, and people are coming. But the idea has always been to try to make the show nicer and better, and have good people involved. And meeting you and Al, totally wonderful. And the other guests that we've got in this room tonight, I'm quite astounded at where this has went to, and also where it's going to, because hopefully we've got something going that's going to be much bigger than this show that I'm involved in, a small part of. But I really enjoyed doing this and the people that I've met. I also have a much better appreciation of what life's like in England. Because, to be totally honest with you, 2 years ago, my idea of what life was like in England was wrong. Just wrong. It was as wrong as 42 being 7 times 6 instead of 6 times 7. It was that level of wrong. Now I've got to know you and spoke to you regularly, I have a better idea of what it is you're actually facing over there. And there's none of it's good. But the other thing I will say, we, the British people, collectively, are fucking undefeated. And that's not going to change anytime soon.
Come on.
And we can fix this shit.
Yeah.
You know,
hopefully.
Yeah, no, well said, mate. And also, I want to say, well said some as well, talking about John there and everything that he achieved for a long, long time.
Oh,
it's amazing. Yeah, it is. You know, if you've got to use this sort of media to communicate and build communities like this, then you know it's one way of doing it, isn't it? You know. But we will be over soon, and I hope you get over as well. Anglo-Saxon saying hello to you.
Linda Hunter.
Yeah.
Says I sound chipper. I sound chipper because I've had a lot of ports. That's why I sound chipper, Linda.
Yeah.
Thumbs up to you, darling. But I'm loving Dave.
Well, what we're going to have to do?
I'm loving Dave Wafflehouse right now.
Well, Dave does a stream every night.
Yeah, but he gave me the thumbs up when I was waffling because he's got waffle in his name.
Well, he is a waffler. He is the waffle king.
I'm kind of liking Dave right now.
Right, you'll like his channel. We'll have a go. It's bonkers. It is bonkers.
No, they're good. Bonkers is good.
Come on over. Yeah, come on over. Oh yeah.
But the other thing I will say is John was excellent at this, at bringing communities together. And we can't take a leaf out of his book. And one thing that I will say that I have learned that it's maybe helpful, maybe not, growing up in the community that I did, with the likes of the band that I played at the start, which has got totally different. It's the same band that it was whenever I was 6, but there's not one member's the same because things turn over and change, and there's legacies and new people come in and people get old.
Is that the Drifters 42?
No, no. It's like the Drifters in that the Drifters have had new lineups and continued on as the Drifters. But I played a little bit of the East Belfast Proud Boys at the start. I will actually.
I thought you were going to say the Sugar Babes.
No. No, I'm talking about actual bands. See, I'll show you.
Proper bands.
Yeah, proper bands. See, here's the other thing. See, when I was a kid, whenever you were talking about going to see one moment, right? Yeah, we'll take the like there.
You all right? You still
I'll
there?
tell you what, mate. You should get rid of that Dave Waffle House, mate.
You
I
should.
tell you,
You should. I do.
There's a better one out there called Waffle Dave's House.
Waffle
You don't
Dave,
get any
I've heard of him.
feedback off him.
I've heard of him. I've heard of him.
Sansom, this is a band.
I want to play drums now.
No, I've been watching that. That's East Belfast Crossing Boys, and I've been watching them in parade since I was 6. I'm now over 56. Not one person's the same, but it's the same band, if you know what I mean. But they've had new people come in as people got older, left, and whatever, and you have this continual replacement.
Yeah,
and
like shark's teeth. Yeah.
Yes, like shark's teeth, which is what we need in our community. And we've lost one. We've lost a really sharp tooth in John.
Yeah.
We need the next wave coming through behind it. You know, and I believe John will be saying exactly the same thing. Because he didn't set up to set up something for him or for his lifetime. He was trying to start something that was going to last beyond that.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. That's, you're 100% right there. 100% right. But I'm not allowed in Belfast anymore.
I like that. Sorry. Go on.
Is that just with your work, or did you do something?
No, well, because I'm a heavy boy. When I go in Belfast, they say it changes the sea displacement in County Cork, so I'm not allowed to go there anymore.
Well, funny you mention that. There's a load of there's a load of Belfast that's actually on reclaimed land. Like there's factories where they can only open and close the doors whenever it's at low tide.
Yeah.
Because it's on reclaimed land, so you could be having a bit of an effect on that.
Well, like I say, when I worked there actually right on the dockside. I was directly opposite the Titanic Museum when I was working in what was it called? It was called Pilot Point or whatever it was, dock in Belfast, directly opposite the Titanic Museum. Yeah.
I know the dock you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it. We just call it the docks.
On the Lagan, yeah.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about, but St. John's Wharf. No.
Yeah.
There's something about there's a wharf. I just call that whole area the docks.
It's a nice. I tell you what, it's a cracking place. It really is. I enjoyed my time. Like I say, it was the old Sniffle that put paid to me visiting the Emerald Isle, and it was the Sniffle that shoved me onto this bullshittery. But
which is quite
I instead of being in the cat videos, box wine, and kitty litter corner of the internet, I ended up here, and I think I made the right decision. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's also slightly unfortunate that it took the coup for us to both be online in the same places and meet. Because whenever we were coming back and forward, I think we could have a couple of very good pints.
Yeah, no, I used to, like I say, I enjoyed. Well, the thing is, right, it's not my first tour of Northern Ireland, so it is, because even during the Troubles, I was over there in 91, 92, because I worked for a well-known French tyre manufacturers, and they had a big factory in Ballymena.
Yeah.
And I used to be over there every now and again with one of my muckers. We used to fly from Manchester to Belfast. No, it was the City Airport. We want the international up at the top there where the open golf course is. It was the City Airport, and we used to fly in there, get a trip over. And that was during the Troubles, but I never got any either. It was all right. But having said that, it was. Well, one of I nearly shit myself because when one of the lads who we used to go and visit took his jacket off, he had a fucking gun. He literally was wearing one. I was like, the fuck? And he goes, oh yeah, don't worry about that. That's just how things are. And I'm like, whoa, really? Yep. He's like, yeah, you don't realise how bad it is. And I'm like, fuck. And that was when I was a young, impressionable man. And I was like, sort of, fuck me, get me out of here. But it was great. I like I say, I never had any either, never had any problem with anybody. I take folk as I find them. That's just the way I am. I've always found, people say, oh, you don't want to speak to this one, you don't want to speak to that one, you don't want to say this or you don't want to say that. And I'm like, well, I don't even know them. I take folk as I find them. Do you see what I mean? And that's once again is a failing sometimes of folk in our circles because they've heard rumours or they've heard, some X doesn't like Y. Therefore, if you like X, you can't like Y. This is fucking bullshit of the highest order. There's no wonder why we don't get any cohesion in our circles. Do you know what I mean? But John, like I say, God bless John. He was on the opposite end of the spectrum. He wanted to bring everybody. It's. I've said this a million times. You look at all of these different fucking factions that exist in our circles. We agree on 90, if not 95% of all the subjects. And yet you get wastrels who'll just concentrate on the 5% that we don't agree
drives
with.
Me mad.
And therefore we never make any progress.
Yeah, that drives me mad, that does. And that happens right across the board as well.
Absolutely.
Drives me mad, that does. Yeah, because we end up fighting about that 5% all the time, and really we should be focusing on the 95%.
Yeah, it's a nationalist purity spiral, isn't it? And it will it'll forever keep us from bonding properly, and because the left don't have that problem. Well, they follow, they have their, religion.
Yeah, like I say, you've got what is it? The Rainbow Warriors standing alongside the fucking
the Gaza lot. Yeah, the
Palestinian the Gaza lot. Because they're all their nose and align with one another. Even
they agree about nothing, but they are together. They are bonded tight.
Like I say, if you were to stick the Rainbow Warriors in those fucking, Ali snack bar countries, they wouldn't exist. They'd be fucking off the top of a building straight away. But they'll hold the nose in order to keep people who have the best interest of this country in mind out of power.
Oh no, they are not holding their nose. Here's the thing, and what people need to realize is, do you know why the LGBT can go and stand beside Gaza and Black Lives Matter and all them? All of those hate us so much more than they hate each other. And they really don't care who they're standing beside, provided they can get a kick on us.
Very true.
What we need. Yes, exactly. But we should be the same. The problem is, we could be the same. So you could have like a bunch of fucking Civnats alongside Farage's mob, alongside, another group or whatever, saying, we don't want any more of this fucking immigration bullshit. But they won't, will they? Because they're saying, like, oh, you're not exactly on the same page as me as far as...
I can't stand that. Because why can't you be friends? Because I've come from a bit of a different background from you, like the conspiracy sort of thing and that. And what I've realised is that why can't I be friends with somebody that thinks different to me? I just find that more of an interesting relationship. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter that we don't agree on everything. It doesn't mean...
Dave, that's exactly where I sort of come from, really, as well. More of that dissident, conspiratorial aspects of it. And the thing is that we probably, like Sister said, we probably agree on 95 to 98% of nearly everything.
Yeah.
Far more than the left coalition.
Yeah.
We agree with, but those tiny little percentages of stuff that we disagree on.
Or it's made a problem, isn't it? It's made a problem.
It's
made a problem, isn't it? And then they get to focus on that rather than focus on, oh, well, it's so and so,
Exactly. There's something about the makeup of people that think our way. Or that's
I think it's pride, maybe. Do you think it's pride that gets in the way?
I've thought about it a lot, and I've never been able to get my head around it. And
there was a lot. Does any of you lads know of academic aging? Have you ever heard of him?
Yes.
Yeah, I listen to him all the time. Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's sort of because he used to do like a Tuesday stream and a Wednesday stream, and the Tuesday stream was just like a free for all for any, well, not any fucker, but he's in a certain
unpopular opinions, wasn't it?
Yeah, unpopular opinions. I used to like that. Yeah, but then on Wednesday he used to have his like he's fucking inner sanctum, like he's go-to guys to talk about the more higher brow sort of bullshit.
Mr. D and all that lot, yeah.
And one of the lads who used to have on, believe it or not, he was only a young man. I think he was, if he was 21, he was, less. If he was 21, that was the maximum age he could be. He was a young lad, and he used to be called, I don't even know if it's his real name, but he was called Ryan Turnipseed. And this lad called Ryan Turnipseed, he came out with this idea. There should be a confederacy of all of these factions that should be issue based solely. So, if the issue is, do you want more or less of the old transgenderism in schools and society and all that bullshit? Don't care. I don't care what your affiliation is, who your leader is, and all that crap. But we're going to be doing a protest against the transgenderism and the drag queen story hour. Do you agree that we should be having less of that? Yes, right. Well, we'll focus on the issue, and we will align with one another as a confederacy on that issue. We will become issue focused. We will not become individual focused or leader focused. And that removes all of the bullshittery out of it. So, and then same with immigration, are you pro-immigration or anti-immigration? I'm anti-immigration. Okay. Well, we'll join one another, on that issue. We may not get along on other things or the minutiae, the 5% bullshit, but we do agree on this issue. Therefore, as a confederacy, we will campaign and we will do things based on that issue. And it was the most sensible fucking way of resolving all of that crap, because if you become issue focused rather than who's leading what faction or what party or whatever, and the issue becomes your focus, which is just what the left do, if you think about it, oh, we want more fucking bullshittery in schools. Well, what actually happens is you get the vocal minority of, womanisms and fucking transgenderisms and that. And the third party, which would be, in this instance, the alley snack bars, they just stay silent. They don't align them. They don't say anything. Whereas...
you never see a Palestinian flag at a gay march, do you?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah?
But,
but
all I will say is, like I say, the problem is, when it comes to our side of the fence, irrespective of the thing, it's not enough to just say, yes, we support this and we're going to support, we doesn't matter what it is, we're going to support it. I don't care if you're a Tommy Tard or a fucking Sivna or a this one or a that one. The issue is this. Yes, we're going to we're going to protest against this particular issue, and that is the only focus. Yeah. No, that's not good enough, because what happens is it's like, well, we don't agree with that, but what we're going to do is we're not going to shut the fuck up and say nothing. which would be the probably
the adult thing to do. The adult thing to do.
Sensible thing to do.
Yeah.
Not only that, we're going to start causing mither in that against the people who are going to stand against.
Yeah,
it.
so I get a lot of that in my chat because I'm not massively I'm not really into politics, right? But obviously, it's you talk about it. So, for example, if I mention Tommy Robinson, and then I'll get a load of people straight away, rather than just focusing on the issue that I'm trying to talk about, they focus on him, and then just start giving me loads of shit about him. I'm like, look, that's not the point. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the issue that he's talking about. That's what I'm trying to bring up. But instead, I get, and I'm like, I don't care what you think about him. It's not what you think about him. I'm just using that as an example. But it's very difficult. And then people come in, and I know people everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Yeah. But it's like you got to look past that. What's he talking about? You got to look past that. Yeah. It's not about him. Don't focus on him. Focus on what he's talking about. But people don't do that.
Here's what this takes. See, in order to get that, everybody needs to pull on their big boy pants, their big girl pants, whatever the fuck it is, and make a decision that they're more interested in fixing the problems than they are in becoming the biggest faction on the internet. Yeah. By the way, you can be the biggest channel on YouTube. You're not changing shit if you're not fucking bollocking about the government. You can be the biggest thing on Facebook or Telegram or whatever, where you circle jerk and tell all your friends all your complaints, but none of your friends that you're telling run the government or have a position of power. And so what we need to do is make a decision. Actually,
I was saying this the other day.
Fix these issues. I know you've got a different end goal than me, but we both need to get to the same 80% place before we can even think about our goals. So let's just stay in the same bus until we get to whatever stop it is, and then we can break off. But we need to fix the shit that's going on first.
Yeah.
And that needs all of us.
Yeah.
And the plus about what we have at the minute is, technically speaking, what you're looking for to break down a wall is for it to get hit from as many places and as many angles as possible simultaneously. And when we do get success, it's not going to be a great breakthrough. It's going to be the cumulative actions of thousands of seemingly unconnected actions. But we need to figure out that if we took the time and energy we spend on fighting each other and put that into fighting the government,
you can see that playing out at the moment, can't you, with reform? And I was saying this the other day.
Yeah, that's good.
Where really they're the only party in the game that are going to have any power to fight the big two, aren't they?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And if people don't, and I'm not a Farage fan, and I've said this for loads. Someone that gets chauffeur driven about hasn't got much in common with me, but people need to correlate. If we want to change anything, they're the only party in the game, and you got to stop looking at Farage, and whether you like him or not. Because I don't see any other people in the game that have got any. How's anybody going to get any traction in the next 3 years? You know
what age is Farage?
There's better people in that party that could run it, like Rupert Lowe, or they could bring Ben Habib up, somebody like that.
Yeah.
But what they do, they keep us all arguing about, Farage this and he does and then of course we're all arguing about who's supposed to be better and who's going to lead us. When it's like, shut up, just all get together, win first, and then we can sort the rest out. Yeah, it's like
what Farage doesn't realize he's done, and this is where he's thick as shit, because Farage had UKIP locked down to be his own personal fucking group. And if he said no, nothing happened. Yeah. He started off trying to do that with reform. Nigel Farage has got at most 15 to 20 years left in him. Yeah. But in reform, he has got a hell of a lot of people that are new to politics, that are younger, that have got our sort of ideas. And while he's keeping them down, and he is keeping them down, all he's doing is making sure them seeds are planted right. We, the people, have got the opportunity of turning reform into the party that we need.
Yeah.
It's a good vehicle.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like,
what you got to look at it as, isn't it? It's because
But it's
there's nobody else that's going to raise up in the next 3 years.
Oh, no, but it's a private.
Vehicle, is it?
That's
By
right.
the
It's
way-
a private company at the moment, though, isn't it? It's being run as a private company.
It is, yeah.
So it
was
is his thing. We know that he has to be establishment to be accepted by the establishment. So
Yeah,
that's why he will. Him and the other Joker will be slagging off your Tommy tarts or slagging off Tommy. Then you get, but this is the crux of the problem. So I will listen to quite a lot of Paul Thorpe, and he's one of the Tommy's people. Now they are the sort of living embodiment of the Civ-Nats, really, and they will virtue signal about how much they hate the far right. And I think, well, who are you talking about here? You're talking about people that have a little bit more extreme views on immigration than you, but and they'll be slagging off the far right. Then, but Nigel's lot won't accept anybody that has anything to do with Tommy Robinson or the EDO and all this.
I know, and then you sort of massive.
This is how far it's split apart. They're
It's
vertical
crazy, isn't
signaling against each other.
Yeah, it's crazy,
and
isn't it?
splitting the right up completely.
Because I was
Completely
watching.
splitting it.
Who's that guy that who's on with Paul Thorpe all the time? Richard, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Inman, Richard Inman.
Yeah, no, he's but
Yeah,
and
the
I
UKIP
can't,
guy, isn't he?
and they're trying to sort of change it. You sit there watching them, and they're like they're on about the same sort of thing. So it needs to change, but he'll sit there and go, yeah, well, don't get behind reform, get behind the UKIP independent party. And I'm like thinking, well, like you're giving it a mixed signals, because surely if you're supposed to get together,
it's splintering it more, isn't it?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And it's like, so I'm sitting there watching him, and he's, oh, you should get, or this reform, that reform, and it's like, well, the UK Independence Party are not going to get any bigger than they are in the next 3 years, especially not to have the sort of backing the reform of it. And I'm not saying that everyone should back reform, but again, this is what we're talking about, and we seem to, not us lot, but it's that argument about, oh, well, they see slightly different to me, but we agree on most things. But and I'm like,
who would you rather have? Who would you rather have? Because currently you've got one nuclear option, which is everybody vote Monster Raven Looney Party and just fucking make a massacre of the whole parliament. I think that would be very fitting to have.
What worries me is that.
Yeah,
it's the voter ID thing that worries me a little bit. They let 5 million people vote, and then what if they all tactically vote against Labour to get loads of Muslim councillors in? then we're in a real pickle, like a real pickle.
You only got voter ID fucking about a week ago. Like, it's relatively new to England, is it not? Because
we don't have it, do we?
No, I ain't got it.
I would voter ID every time I voted from I was allowed to at 16. No, actually, I think it was the second, possibly third election. So we've had voter IDs. It's government issued. It's free, or you can use your driving license or a passport, and we've just always had that because we have a very large scale vote rigging. Let's say we traditionally people vote in this country until they're about 150. And that's been planned and organized on both sides. And what everybody says, yeah, fuck. I would say I have a great uncle that was in charge of the Belfast Cemetery dead list to make sure the fact that they had died recently did not impede them voting for the Ulster Unionist Party. It's something that we've always had here. So we got voter ID a lot earlier than you did. Why that's not staying is utter madness. you can't have an election where unqualified people can just vote.
Yeah, 5 million people they're saying, aren't they? That's what they reckon. I mean, I don't know whether again it's the internet. I don't know. I'm just doing back what I've heard. Yeah, bit vote. Yeah, sniff the pickle. Do it, baby.
So it's Otto there saying that we can't vote our way out of this.
Well,
I think we're going to have to persist in getting a party that sees things our way. And the culture and the public will have to make a party think our way. Then we can vote our way out of this. But at the moment, no. Even if reform got in, say there was a general election in 2 years, reform possibly could win it. But what are they going to be? They're just like they'll be in competition with the Tories to see how.
He's a wannabe Tory. That's what Nigel is, and he's been a wannabe Tory all his life. Kept at arm's length, and you know what I mean? Oh, please.
I will fully agree that we cannot vote our way out of that. If by that you mean turning up once every 4 years and putting an X down and that being all you do, that's never going to fix this. But voting needs to be part of it. There needs to be community. There needs to be concerted effort. We need to change the landscape where just simply being British isn't disparaged at all. We need to put we need to put a hard border around anybody that says anything that disparages Britain or British people. English people, England, Scottish people, Scotland, Welsh people, Wales, Northern Irish people, Northern Ireland, call out every time that that's disparaged and make that something that people cannot just simply do and fucking get on with their life. And we need to make a proper use of the trading standards. We need to make proper use of the facilities that complain about advertisements. We need to hold. Here's a really cracker one. Because we had 2 million people sign the petition on collapsing the government, there's going to be a debate. So people are going to have to come to Parliament and give their opinion. And then everybody that lives in those constituents can contact their member of Parliament and get at them about whatever the fuck it was they said, because you're not going to agree with it. And make our presence. These fuckers work for us, but we seem to have forgot that, and we've allowed them to forget that.
Yeah.
And they're all working on their own fiefdom. They go around their wee fucking their wee circuit of, we'll do a day with the LGBT, we'll do a day with black people, we'll do a day with immigrants, we'll do a day with fucking whatever. We'll not do a day with white working class men because fuck, they're bad. And we need to make enough of a fuss and a kick up that pulls those politicians out of that and over to our community. We also need to be doing stuff in our community that forces the politicians to come there and interact with them and get involved with them at fucking everything.
Exactly. So you can see what I don't know if anyone's heard what Generic, the guy who lost to is it Kemi, whatever her name is. You hear what he's saying now. It's completely different from what he was saying a year ago. He is pretty hard line. Now it's easy for him to be hard line. He lost the leadership, the Conservative leadership, but he's kept up this sort of real, fairly hard right talking points on immigration and other issues, and talking hard about the raping gangs. So he's doing that now because he has changed from, let's say, his view, or changed what he says, because he knows that there is there's appetite for it, and a lot of appetite for it, and you can see it all over Europe. There's an appetite for sort of moving further right. But let's say there is an election and the Conservatives get in, and it was Generic that was the leader. would it be ingrained enough in his rhetoric and what he really thinks to keep this going? Like we know that Trump probably will. We know that he's not really, if he gets done 30-40% of what he says he's going to do, which would be that'd be a pretty effective, and it'd be positive, wouldn't it? In our points of view, but would that happen here? I mean,
that's what we need.
We need the politicians. They need to know that they'll get the votes if that's what the people want, and you can't just fanny out of it when you get the job and just say, well, we just said that, to get the votes. That's the worry. But the positive thing is, Dave, the positive thing is that the people that are looking for the votes now are coming out with sort of further right arguments and attitudes. So, it's moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
The other thing that we need to do is we need people that become politicians, not because they want to be politicians, but because other people have went over and said, see you're doing, actually, hold on, I need to do this properly. Mm-hmm. Right. What we need to do is end up with politicians who have no interest in being politicians. But other people have went to them and said, see you're good at putting our point across. Come you and join this political party and go and speak for us. And they're like, no, I don't really want to do that. No, tough shit. You're a community asset. You're going to do it. And get people in that are reluctant politicians that are there because they've been pushed there by the community and not because they think they can get personal benefit from it. And that's how we change this.
Yeah.
And that's how we change the people who are speaking for us. And that's how we know that they're going to stick behind what they are because they've got a community to go back to who will not accept them changing their views.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. I can tell you what I do, what I can tell you. Whenever it came to Brexit, the only politicians in the British Parliament that didn't fold were the Democratic Unionist Party. And they didn't fold because they could not come back to us having folded. Can they come back and say, here, we'll give it our best shot and we lost? Yeah, of course it can. Because we can see the playing field, we can see what happened. But they stood firm to what they were supposed to. Now, if you had the same thing in all the Leave constituencies in England, where the politicians were afraid to win the House of Parliament and fuck up what the people had won because we're afraid to go back, we'll be sitting in a whole different position. This country has had a constitutional change approximately every 100 years.
Yeah, you said that.
The last one was the separation of Ireland in 1921. We were due one whenever the Brexit vote happened.
Yeah.
And it misfired, it didn't work, which is why we still have all this unresolved issues. Also, a lot of why it turned over to riots last summer, which were very disorganized. For all made out of them, there wasn't a clear goal.
No, definitely not. It was born out of anger, weren't it? Really, more than anything, wasn't it? And anger and fear, wasn't it? Really, I suppose. Yeah.
Those riots are the voice of the people that they've silenced for very many years finally coming out. They need the government. The biggest problem was there was no the people that organized all those protests and riots decided not to put their name on the list of where all the protests were going to be, decided not to put their name on anything that stated who was organizing, which means that whenever the government wanted to go to them and say, what do we need to change to stop this? They couldn't because they didn't know who the fuck was running the show. That's not going to work.
Yeah.
If you're going
no one was running it.
If you're going to organise a protest, the people you're protesting against have people to get in contact with you in order to have a dialogue. The protest is how protest works. For those of you that haven't figured this out, there's meetings going on in a place. You've got spokespeople that you want in there, but they're not allowed in. So you go protest outside, and you're saying to the people, "This is us. We're here. We can do one or two things. We can stand outside and piss in, or you can let us in for a conversation. Who do you want then? Oh, him and her. Right, that's okay. We'll bring them to you in, and then you've got a voice at the table." However, what we had was the violence, the protest, everything, with nowhere for even the government to negotiate with. That's not going to work. We need to be better at that.
Yeah.
Rant over.
No, spot on, mate. And I think someone's turning your pack. It's bedtime. Behind you, mate. Behind you. Can you see? He's looking at his watch. How much fucking longer? How much longer?
What got me today, I was watching this morning, just whoever was live streaming, they were live streaming. There was a big march for the Palestinian march or whatever today, and how organised they were. They had stalls set up on the opposite side to Downing Street from like 7 o'clock this morning, telling people what to do and giving out stuff and that. I couldn't believe it. Looked like an organised market.
The left are organised. That's it.
I was like, fucking hell. I mean, like, you know, everyone's all wondering about it. This is right opposite Downing Street. This was this morning.
They don't care what you believe as long as you turn up with your and get a professional banner and a professional flag.
How
has either been supplied to them. Yeah, they don't care whether you're part of the the LGBT crew or whatever. As long as you've got all the proper gear funded, you know. Yeah, that's it. Well, there you go.
Oh, do you know where the funding comes from?
George Soros?
No. Oh, no, it's more nefarious than that. Most of their banners come from the trade unions.
Right.
What happens is the trade unions have a protest about something, and they get a whole shitload of banners made, and they never come back. So these people then have free banners from the unions. Unison, yes. Unite, all of those. The other thing to do is, somebody was talking about it's Duck Day soon. You've got Dave of Transgender Visibility. You've got LGBTQAI Day. You've got all these days. Well, what they do is these organisations get in cahoots with their local councillors, the MPs, whatever, and on that day they hold an event. And at that event, they get a couple of speakers, and they get funding for the event, and they pay the speakers somewhere between £500 and £1,000 for speaking. And that money goes straight to the organisations. And then they've got the money to organise and do all this stuff. It's all washed through. And all we see is the end product. We just see the massive protest. We don't see the work that goes on behind it to make that happen.
Yeah.
And so we think this would be dead easy. But turns out it's not. Turns out it takes a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have a problem in that because we haven't understood how all this links together and how it's put together, and we think it's just easy and all these people will just turn up. We're wondering why. We're thinking that must be really popular whenever it's not. It's just the fact that they've got so many lobby groups that are all interlinked together, and they all turn up for each other's events. So if you're in Extinction Rebellion, you're also going to all the LGBT, all the Black Lives Matter, everything else that's in that sphere. And ditto with the other side. So you've quadrupled your crowd for a start. You don't have to worry about money because it's all coming in from the government. They're playing activism on easy mode, whereas we're still scraping about we're still scraping about 40 years behind them. And that's part of what needs to change for us to actually get traction.
No, that's bang on. I don't know if Sensible, if you're still there, can you? I don't know if you nodded off there with a beer in your hand.
No, he's there.
He's there.
Still here.
You know, he was talking about what Ryan Turnipseed was saying.
Yes.
Yeah. Could you just go over that again for us, or any more detail on what his suggestion?
He said was because it's the same in the United States as it is, because he's from America. Well, the United States, he's from the same.
That's right.
And he said that they have the same problem with the larger than life characters, all the different names that are on the so-called right wing of American politics of varying degrees, which is no different to what we've got here. Yeah. So in order to get around these larger than life personalities and like these factions, is that you need to have what's called a confederacy, which is issue based. So here's the issue. So drag queen story hour, yeah? Let's just take that for instance. Is your group for or against drag queen story hour? Because we're going to be having a protest against it, and it's going to be held here, in order to send a message to the higher power. Well, we don't agree with that. What about no, we don't agree with that. What about no, we don't agree with that. Well, therefore, on an issue-based confederacy, we will all condemn this drag queen story hour.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if, faction A, faction A is dead against that, faction B is dead against that, faction C is dead against that. But we will remove the fact that, faction A's head honcho doesn't get on with faction B. We're just going to concentrate solely on the issue. So don't give two shakes of a monkey's toss if somebody like, Charlie Kirk doesn't get on with, this bloke here or whoever. Yeah. We don't care. We're focused on the issue, and as a collective, we're going to campaign against that particular issue. Yeah. Because he also saw the same, like I say, you've got your Tommy Tard factions and your Civnat factions and your nationalist factions and your ethno-nationalist factions. But like I say, on an issue, if you were to say, like, are you against mass immigration coming into the country? Every single one would say, no, we're against it. Okay, well, we'll campaign against that particular issue together as a collective, and it doesn't give two shakes of a monkey's toss who the head of your particular faction is.
I think it's very similar to what Trump's just done, isn't it, really? Don't you think? He's put a group of people around him, and they don't all see eye to eye on everything, but they've got one collective goal, haven't they, to try and change the political...
You can actually take that one step further by simply having a shared email list. Hear me out. So say Patriotic Alternative got 100,000 people on their email list, right? And Tommy Robinson's got 150,000 on his email list. And Reform's got 100,000 on their email list. And there's going to be a protest in London by one of those three groups. If they were able to say, here's the email, and that group fucking... and those emails go to all three groups, and then whoever actually individually wants to turn up at that turns up, but at least everybody knows about it.
Yeah.
And this is it. This is why I was wondering how this would work in practice as well. I wanted to try and get my head around that again. Someone would have to lead this somehow, and there lies a problem.
And there it goes back to the problem again, doesn't it? Yeah. So and so's got to lead it. So and so's got to do it, and
it must be. As far as thinking, sorry,
could you imagine Patriotic Alternative saying the thing over to Tommy Robinson? Here, could you send this out to your supporters? Fuck off, not a chance. We're not letting you have access to our fucking email list.
Yeah, that's the problem we got, isn't it?
And the other way around, if Tommy Robinson was the send an email to Clat and say, here, we've got this protest going. Would you like to let your members know about it? Fuck off. We're not giving you access to our email list. That's all.
And the other thing, of course, is, sort of a patriotic alternative and people on the further right will not tolerate the people who fund Tommy Robinson.
No, and again, you see,
opposed, completely opposed.
And then, it's crazy, isn't it? And then if you think, like, if you just say what 42 just said there, but then the left are like, we'll just send it to all of them, send it to the gays and everybody. Do you know what I mean? And here's the miss and everybody, and then they'll just turn up. They'll just turn up together, don't they? They just don't care about.
I can't find it. I must have deleted it, but I have an email from I think it's the Sunrise Project or something like that, and it set out how all those different groups were all connected and the shared email list. And do you want to sign up for that shared email list? And they were all going to, this is organized at the top elements, and they really don't. They only give a fuck about boots on the ground. That's it.
Yeah.
So we got someone in the chat there. RPW Media, we call it America First Coalition. We need something like that, and that's why I wanted. If I try and imagine how this thing that Ryan Turner said was, how it could work in practice and to get it off the ground. But the more I think about the patriotic alternative and your Ezra Levants, they're just not going to. They're just not going to be in the same street together without a punch up.
Well,
that's the problem.
Like I say, that's the thing, because everybody knows Ezra Levant's background, but when you look at things that he was covering during the old sniffle, the COVID, it was pretty much aligned with everything that we were talking about.
And then it's there. Then it's trying to swallow that pride or ego or whatever it is that's stopping you from joining forces. It's like,
it's like I say, this is the thing, and this was one of the frustrations.
The enemy of
once again, I have to go back to referencing our good friend John Davidson, because this is one of the frustrations that he had, because, like I say, if we became issue focused rather than people focused, we would get a lot more done.
Yeah.
We would get far much more done. And like I say, where we align, there just has to be, because like I say,
it's the enemy of my enemy is my friend, isn't it? That's what it is. I mean,
we need a single issue party, and we know what that single issue should be.
Yeah, RPW, but you have to have a common set of goals. That's what you have to have.
It's like RPW. Yeah, exactly.
But it's like, when we were talking about, I no longer like to think about things in terms of left and right. I just think of things in good and evil, because every single thing that's so-called left, it's just demonic. It's degenerate. It's demonic. It's anti-humane, anti-human.
Evil demons.
It's like all the worst things in society being rattled together. And but the thing is, these insidious bastards, I'm sorry for swearing, these insidious bastards, they'll dress it up as being like, either for your convenience or for your safety or for your well-being. It's like, when they were talking about, assisted dying and all that, people, the way that they phrase it, these fuckers, these absolute bastards phrase it is, oh, well, if you've got a dog that's in pain, you wouldn't want to do that. And then the next, and you think, well, yeah, no, you wouldn't want that to happen. Like, you're absolutely right. You just definitely wouldn't want that to happen. But then in the next breath, when you look at like Canada, it was the first nation, especially in the Western Hemisphere, that implemented what was called MAID, which was the, assisted, bloody whatever it is in dying, Made. It's called Made. It's actually on speed dial on their equivalent of the NHS.
Yeah, it's an option.
Yeah, but now you can go on there, right, and ring up and say, yeah, I'm just not feeling. I'm just not feeling happy. Why are you not feeling happy? Well, I've just not very much disposable income. I seem to just be working to live, and it's depressing me to shit because I've got no fucking happiness in my life. Yeah, we'll offer you the pod.
Death.
But these are those kind of things, and it's so. It's so worrying. And just also whilst I'm on, it's remiss of me to say this because I'm not in the YouTube chat because I don't know what my password. I'll have to wait till I get back on my proper machine. I'm on this piss poor laptop here now. But all I will say is RPW Media in the chat now, Rich, great channel. He's a massively undersubscribed channel. Rich, if you're not subscribed to RPW Media, and I don't know if any of the mods in the chat, can drop his link in there for his channel, but please subscribe to Rich's channel. Absolute gold, mate. But once again, it just goes to show you, if you have somebody who's making a cogent argument and pointing out the facts, you're not going to get anywhere. It's like, a couple of weeks, was it 2 or 3? I can't remember exactly when, but there was this Christ, can I call her a lady? Like, sort of got nutted on by 100 blokes in a night. And it's like Stunning and Brave, Stunning and Brave. And she's got billions of fucking billions of fucking followers and views and shit. But you want to talk about the real shit that's going on in the world? It's like, yeah, we'll suppress the fuck out of that bullshit. We don't want none of that bullshit. It's like, and what was the other one? In America. Go on, sorry, mate. Go on.
See every one of those men. They need to have a really good long think about their fucking life choices.
It's a really long think about getting a test.
Yeah, no. See whatever it is in their life that brought them to the point where they're willing to stand in line behind 99 other people to have sex. Fuck off. Grow yourself some personal standards.
Yeah, because that's sort of gives out this horrible, message to the world, doesn't it? We were saying it yesterday in my stream. Look, come out, look what the girls do over here in the UK.
Yeah, but
run through.
Never mind what the girls do. Look how needy the men are that they're willing to fucking do that.
Yeah, 1,000 of them every time.
But the thing is, right? I saw who was it now? One of the gadgets. It wasn't Terence Pop. Who was it now? It wasn't Greg Adams. Have you heard of a fella called Hammerhand? You heard of Hammerhand? He's a card. He's like sort of the monk fu going their own way. And he covered it, and I was like, is this real? And it was like, and I was like, oh God, there's got to be some horrible, nasty sort of West Coast. And it was a British bird, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, this is the worst.
Public service and health announcement for anyone who is considering going monk and going that whole monk lifestyle. Fine, do that, but clear your fucking pipes once a month, because if you don't, it increases your risks of testicular cancer. So you need to get that first of every month. Clear your pipes out if you're going to go that road.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a difference between sort of stopping your prostate from looking like a melon and giving some fucking bird a face that looks like a decorator's radio.
She was walking down the straw. It's just fucking vile, man. Vile, it is.
It's like, because the thing is, he showed on this video. They had a a film crew with her, not the actual, because I think she's in a Lonely Fans or Only Fools. Better Bachelor, oh yeah, old joke, yeah, I know him. But Better Bachelor, it's like, what's his name? Hello, I'm Better Bachelor. It's Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. And he's but he was like, but he was like saying, like, you know, this got this young woman, and the other had a separate film crew, because there was, like, you know, the actual film crew or person or whoever that was filming what was going on, and then after it had all been done and everything, they had another film crew with the cameraman, and they walked into the room where it had all been going on. There was all these fucking runny blobs on the floor, and the cameraman was like, because he couldn't handle the fucking debauchery and the stench, and it was like nasty. It's like, you know, old Cleveland, wasn't it? That's nasty.
It's how stuff like OnlyFans has been pushed as well, hasn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like a career choice for women. No, I'd just be an OnlyFans model.
Well, this is the thing, you see, because Rich, who's in the chat now, RPW Media, there's been this big booyah about America banning TikTok, yeah? And all these sort of 304s, as we would say. Do you know what a 3 is? And that's the thingy speaking it. But all these 304s moaning that if you take down TikTok, that's our livelihoods, motherfucker.
Yep.
It's like sort of, it's like
that's their funnel of their OnlyFans page, and turns out that OnlyFans has proved one thing: women are very happy with being objectified if the price is right.
Yeah.
It
certainly seems like that, doesn't it?
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
That happens tomorrow, yeah.
By the way, see everything Andrew Tate's accused of, it's basically just OnlyFans.
Yeah.
What Andrew Tate's accused of is creating OnlyFans before OnlyFans was a thing.
Yeah.
Now, I do not like Andrew Tate. I think his life choices are bad. But also, I don't think that he should be prosecuted because of his opinions. He hasn't actually done anything. Well, remains to be seen. We'll see if court cases actually do happen. But they have a problem in that there's no witnesses against him, because the people that he apparently manipulated and scammed are saying, no, actually, we made a fortune there, and without him, we would still be skint, so leave him the fuck alone.
Yeah.
There you go. Right.
I hate it when women objectify me. Honeybuns. It's so degrading.
Yeah, well.
Oh, please do work away. Pay me more, please.
We do have, you know, one of our great contributors to these circles. He actually has got an OnlyFans site.
Yeah.
You know?
We know. Yes, a big friend of ours.
Dangerfield, is it?
No.
You want to play that one? This is like I say, I've dropped a video in there. It's for our good friend Ragnar here.
Only Rag.
Remember when you had air rags? Yeah.
I think it's past his bedtime. It's nearly past mine.
He's been running. I tell you what, right? He's been running that for 2 years now, and he's made a $5. There you go.
No, that person asked for a refund.
Yeah.
He's a good lad.
Oh, right.
Was that Peter Kay? That
Yes.
Yeah,
It was called The Ice Cream Man Cometh. I don't know if you remember that.
Right. I don't think. Yeah, I do like Peter Kay. What I like about Peter Kay is I've got no idea what his politics are.
Yeah,
and that's the way it should be. I've got
it
no
should be,
idea.
it should be like that from anybody famous, shouldn't it? Really?
Yeah, I don't
It
know if
should
he's a
be.
lefty or fucking or whatever. I don't, so I don't care. Sorry, 42. I'll cut you off there.
Right. So we've done 2.5 hours, and it's now 1 o'clock. I'm starting to wind this up. So before I do that, is there anything and nobody come out with something stupid, please? Like demanding everybody answer a question. No, right.
Oh, I did have a question for anybody here or in the chat. Has anybody heard of Rory at all? Heard anything of him?
No,
I
haven't.
I haven't seen anything of him since he sort of stopped doing the sort of general calling on this stream.
Yep.
I just wonder if he's all right, because he's not a young bloke, is he?
I have heard that he's been. Oh, I have seen him on Reverend Simon Sideways calling in.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I've heard that he's been about other shows that do regular call-ins.
Fair enough. I think that's probably why he ain't coming, because they didn't get a chance for the calling. Simpson, did you ever get to play the little video you did with Rory's avatar everywhere? You know, that one you made. Did you ever get to see that?
I can't remember. I don't even know if it was a video.
Do you remember? It was like his avatar was on the pyramids.
We were going to use it for the end of the month stream whenever Rory came on, but Rory never did come on.
That's right, yeah. That's right. If you ever got a chance to use it, that's hilarious.
I can't remember, mate, if I'm being honest. Let me see.
Anyway, sorry, 42, you were saying.
So before we wrap up, is there anything anybody's got glaring that they need to talk about?
I think I'm done.
No, just congratulations, 42. Boom, onwards and upwards. With your channel. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you for having me on. I've really enjoyed this tonight. I feel all grown up compared to what I do. I'm grown up compared to what I do. It does.
No, you've been great, mate. You've been great.
I've really enjoyed it tonight. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you for having me, 42. I very much appreciate it, mate.
Thank you for coming on. Al, obviously, as well. This has been really enjoyable, and I've enjoyed this. I've said this before, but there was a while I wasn't really enjoying streams. The last load of months, I have enjoyed them, and it's got better. And I've really enjoyed this one. It's been nice. It's been lighthearted. It's been good crack. And we got through some serious topics as well. Fucking amazing.
Well grown up, I do.
Yeah, it's been a good one. Chat's been great. Loads going on in the chat there. Nice few people in. It's lovely to see.
Mr. Packer?
Congratulations, 42. Is all I've got to say. It's been great sharing a little bit of this journey with you.
Thank you very much.
For the future.
Thank you very much. Mr. Sansom?
Yeah, mate, honestly, congratulations, mate. Like I say, I was when I tipped the old wink on the old 1000, I thought, I better do something. And I thought, well, no, you better not, because for every 10 you get 30 knocked off. So I never actually did one. So God bless you, mate. Much deserved. Once again, yourself, just the same as Rich with RPW Media and many, many other of the channels in our circles. We get on. We everybody knows we get shadow banned because we just say it as it is. We're not hateful people. We're not awful people. We just say the truth. But the thing is, as George Orwell would say, in times of hardship, telling the truth is an act of act of dissent, isn't it? So we'll until the tables turn, we won't be able to do anything like that. But so I'm here in a foreign land speaking to my good friend 42.
Well, talking about the way the subscribers. I thought, now that I've got this 1,000, I'm going to get this shoe done while I still have them. What, upside in 996 or something? Oh, fuck. But
yeah, I'm just checking your subscriber count. It has popped down a little bit.
Yeah, of course it does.
It does that, mate.
I haven't seen that. No, it's still saying 1K.
You know,
yeah.
What you need to do, what you need to do, 42, is you need to subscribe to this channel. It's great. You know Dave's channel, Dave's Waffle House. Yeah.
Sure.
There's this other channel called Waffle Dave's House. Yeah. If you subscribe to that, you'll get loads of subscriptions. You'll get a good 3 in the next 8 months. Or so.
What's this Waffle Dave thing?
It's just my little piss take on how.
It's just a thing in it. It's just a thing in it. It's all right.
I thought I was actually missing out there.
No, you're not.
Oh,
no.
You
might be. You might be. I don't know.
I don't think I've used up my my Tesco value super chat.
I still owe you a pen, Sensum, I think, as well. I do still. If you want a pen, mate, they're very nice pens. All right, I do still owe you a pen.
Do you right?
Yeah, I've got a pen.
Do you know, I never ever got my last year's calendar.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
That's 42's fault. That is.
And I just want to say, I don't think I need it now.
Fault. Well, you kept that then, 42.
Shock.
No, I didn't keep it. But my level of organisation was not such that I actually got it sent. And I was intending to wrap it up and send it over as a spoof Christmas present, but it never fucking happened.
I'll make sure you get one this year, Mac.
We'll send it. Can you send it anyway, 42? Because I'll stick it on Marketplace.
It's still good till June. It's still good till June.
That's true.
It runs July to June. Yeah.
Right.
I could do your job lot on some 2022 calendars. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Right. That's getting posted on Monday. One night shift.
Can hold him to that. Hold him to it.
No, hang on to it. I'll get over there again.
Fucking, it's probably likely you'd be over here before I actually got it done. But no, yes.
Yeah, I know.
And tell Emma G, send Emma G a message. And
I'll hook up on Facebook.
Well, look, and Sensum, if you want your pen, mate, and I'll even send you Mr. Hanky the Christmas poo as well, all right? If you want it. That's got weird in it. Now has got weird in it. Okay, but right. It's late as well. 42.
Yep. Right.
Just leave now.
What
song for the outro, or shall we do a double outro?
Do whatever the fuck you want, mate. It's your show. You've got 1,000 subs.
Yeah.
Just do whatever you want. I'll tell you what.
You gotta do the sax.
Fucking do it. Yeah.
A bit of saxing.
I'll do.
Yeah.
I'll do the saxon, and then we'll go. Right. Yeah, we will do the saxon coming up right now. Bump.
Gonna see my beautiful wife. Hello,
the computer is slow as fuck tonight. Here we go. The Anglo-Saxon, Al Max, musical maestro genius, Emma G coming at the end, and here we go. Work.
Hello, you're listening to 42's letter to the Anglo-Saxons. When you spread this message, you are the resistance. The Anglo-Saxon. The Anglo-Saxon shook his head sharply, his hair dislodging droplets of sweat from the back of his neck, the produce of moving a carcass to the workbench. The sharpened blades and cleavers felt natural in his hand. The carcass divided to his will. The Anglo-Saxon's muscle memory was that of a warrior. His body was lost to the toil, but his mind wandered to memories that were not his own. An intruder startled the Anglo-Saxon. However, before him was not the meadows and glades of his ancestors, but a butcher's shop window. While politely serving the customer, the Anglo-Saxon mourned the loss of a kingdom he had never known. of the rituals and customs that were lost long before his grandparents were even born. Outside, the street was a bustle. He knew there were others like him, ones who carried the warrior's pride. Amongst them he would find the rightful place of an Anglo-Saxon. The Anglo-Saxon.
It was not preached to the crowd, it was not taught by the state. No man spoke it aloud when the Anglo-Saxons began to hate. It was not suddenly bred, it will not swiftly abate. Through the chill years ahead, when the time shall count from the date that the Anglo-Saxons began to hate. When time shall count from the date the Anglo-Saxons began to hate.
Game over. Perfect, that. Perfect little song,
that. Okay, everybody, that was the Anglo-Saxon. Al Mac, Sanson, Paka, Dave Waffle. Really enjoyed tonight's show. Thank you so much for coming on. All you people in the chat, I'm going to say thank you very much. You have, as always, been fucking amazing. This show would not be what it is without you. I thank you so much. I find it a pleasure coming to us every week. And good night. God bless. See you all next week. The fight continues.
But
I'm out of here. Goodbye.